build an art empire with me.
Information, location, vacation, vocation, location. All the things I wanna do.
I am Monica, and this is my first ever YouTube video. Only like 10% extremely nervous. This all begins a really long time ago. When I was about 4 or 5, I was always on the carpet drawing, and I always had these really big ideas. The first ever really big idea I actively remember was I decided I wanted to open a veterinary hospital. Because like every little girl at one point, I wanted to be a vet and save animals. So I drew out this beautiful picture of what this veterinary nurse little doctor's office would look like. But this is how my brain works. My brain immediately went, well, when the animals come and visit the hospital, the humans are gonna get hungry. So we have to have a cafe next door. And I proceeded to design a beautiful cafe where you could sit and eat with cats and just kind of hang out. And I made the menu and the food, and I set out all the animals that would live there, and that would be their job. And then my brain goes, okay, we have the hospital, we have the cat cafe. What about the horses? So then my brain builds, and I drew out an entire stable section next. And then it's like, okay, but what if you're not really into horses? What if you like hamsters? So we immediately have to have Rodent World next door, where all the little rodents live, and you could go visit hamsters, mice. And this just kept going until eventually I came to my parents and I'm like, here. And it's this like folder of schematics, designs, menus. It had everything I needed to do to design Pool World, which would be this amazing interactive all-in-one experience where you could do all of these things. Even when I grew up and I decided that maybe veterinary nurses and veterinary sciences wasn't for me, the way that my brain works has never stopped. When I started writing when I was 14, 13, it didn't just stop with one story. It suddenly became this story with this story with this story. And this main character appears as a side character in this short story. And the book that was in this mysterious story appears in this other story. And basically my imagination works as this one big, confusing world and galaxy. Everything is connected, everything works together. And that brings us to my art empire. If you were confused a bit by the introduction video, welcome to the inside of my brain. I have so many ideas and dreams and interests. My entire life, people have been saying, pick a lane. Do you want to be an artist? Okay. Do you want to be a painter? Do you want to be a sculptor? Do you want to be a writer? Do you want to be a businesswoman? You've got to pick something. And I want to say, screw that. I don't want to pick. I want to build an empire. I want to do everything. Obviously, if we're going to do everything, we've got to start somewhere. So, to start with, I started studying digital marketing at the beginning of the year to help me build this brand. And it went so well, and I loved it, and I just enjoyed it so much. So we're gonna be following my social media journey as I learn how to be a digital marketer and just keep learning. I think social media just changes and grows every day, that you just gotta stay on your toes and just keep learning, which is amazing. The second journey you're gonna be following is my journey as a professional artist. I have been making art since I was 4 or 5 years old, and now at 26, all of those crazy ideas that when I went to my lectures and like, we should build a gigantic hourglass and fill it with like hundreds and hundreds of little skulls, and then being like, you have 2 weeks, there isn't time to do that. There is now time, and we are gonna do all the weird and wonderful crazy ideas I've been wanting to do. The third journey you're gonna be following here is my art shop. I love art, but I feel like there is a combination of art that needs to be accessible and beautiful and in homes. We deserve to have beautiful things around us regardless of our age, our income stream. Everyone deserves beautiful things in their home. And hopefully, if I'm lucky, you'll one day have an object of mine in your home. Maybe it'll be a beautiful custom pillowcase. Maybe it'll be a puzzle of one of my paintings. Or maybe it will be my clothing line in your closet. So that is our crazy dreams for the art store, which is currently being built, which is exciting. Third crazy dream I have is I've been writing novels since I was in primary school, since I was the age of 12. I have been sketching out and writing down and jotting notes. I've already written one full novel, and it's honestly a little terrible because a cringy 13-year-old wrote it, which I don't blame her. It took her the whole of high school, but it's a cringy novel written by a 13-year-old. But it is an amazing starting point. I'm already halfway finished with my second novel, The Prince of Clowns, and I want to show you the behind the scenes and how we build this amazing novel, which I'm so excited is just the beginning of a multitude of books and ideas that I have with my writing. The fourth journey you're going to be following is my art journalism. When I didn't know what to do after I graduated, I was working full-time, managing an art gallery. I was making short films in my spare time, but I didn't know what kind of art I wanted to make. And I was a bit stuck because I'm an artist, you know, that's my job. That's literally, it's on my degree. It's kind of what I gotta do. And I was perplexed that I'm selling beautiful art, but I don't know what I want to make. And when I didn't know what I wanted to do, I was like, okay, well, what did Neil Gaiman do when he didn't know what to write? And he became a journalist. He's like, I need to see the world. I need to learn about people. I need to ask questions. And I didn't know that quote of his at the time. And in South Africa, we have horrifying statistics of gender-based violence, and it's just really heartbreaking. August is filled with just reminders of the stories and the survivors and the things we need to do in this country. And I'm a really big supporter and believer in these things, but it was hard every day for my mental health, just seeing my feed full of these heartbreaking stories. And I was like, okay, Women's Month is also a celebration of women. So I started posting an artist of the day, and I looked at the South African artists around me and the women who inspire me as an artist. And I made a list. I made of 30 days of female artists, including Penny Siopis, Diane Victor, Hanley Tout. I was just like, these are amazing female artists, a lot of them talking about these issues. Here are these people, this is my knowledge, this is my skill set. Let me share it with you. By making an artist of the day and just working on artists, I discovered a love because people are really cool and the artists of today are amazing, and there's just so much art out there and you can never know enough. I love writing about other artists, finding quotes about them, finding out more about why they make what they make, how they make it, and why they make it. I want to do a gallery series here. I want you to be able to go onto my YouTube channel, click on the playlist that says art galleries around the world, and say, I really want to go, I have 2 hours free in Brussels. Is there an art gallery? And then you can go to my directory and see like, oh, there's 3, let's go over there. Or there's 6 in this area, let's go there. I love the idea of becoming a place and a platform of free, amazing art information that just spreads knowledge and creativity everywhere. The fifth part of this channel, which is on pause for the moment because we have a pandemic going on, and was kind of inspired by the pandemic, is I love traveling. I have traveled to some beautiful places in the world, but I've just gotten started. But the thing that I wish I knew when I was younger was I wish my dad or my mom could have just opened their phone, clicked a button, and seen weird and artistic and immersive and crazy experiences we could have gone and experienced. And I want to make that. I want to make a bucket list that you and I can go back to and go like, okay, I'm in New Mexico, I have to go to Meow Wolf, which, yes, we all have to go to Meow Wolf. Or, wow, you know, I'm in Japan, you can't miss out on the immersive art museums they have. Or when I was in France, I was in Paris, and my friends and I took a wrong turn and we accidentally found this underground Salvador Dali museum, and it was one of the highlights of my trip. I want to build a directory and build a playlist of all of these crazy places, and hopefully by sharing the ones I know, you'll tell me the ones you know, and we can all just go to these amazing arty places together. It's a little crazy wanting and trying to start anything, but I want to make this YouTube channel because I believe that this channel is going to be a place of fun, art, creativity, laughter, happiness, and a little bit of craziness, and just oodles and oodles of creativity. And I hope it inspires you to do what I'm doing, because you have to live out loud. You have to live this life right now because you only get one chance. And we've got the pandemic right now that's shown us how fragile life is and how short this journey is. So now No more waiting. Let's build an art empire.